Guys, it's summer. You know what that means? The weather's hot, the global political climate is hotter. You know I got a fan with me because I'm gonna be sweating balls while I record this. I'm ready to fucking party. But here's the thing, I can't do that. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna stay inside and make a tier list of which Mario Party characters I think would be the most fun at a party. I think that sounds like a great time, so here we go. Well, first off, let me say I regret nothing. Look at how much thigh I'm showing right now. I'm like a pinup girl. All right, it's summertime. We're going with the jorts right now. You know, there comes a time in a man's life where he must choose shorts or high kicks. I've made my decision today. Yeah, so then the mic cut out right around here, so you guys missed a little bit, but it really honestly wasn't that important, so I'll just give you the spark notes right here. Basically, I was explaining that my siblings and I did this in our free time already, so I just kind of yoinked that idea from them, so thanks, guys. And then I just kind of went through the tiers, which are pretty self-explanatory anyway, but you got kicked out or not invited in the first place, the people who nobody really liked to see but didn't really do anything incriminating enough to get kicked out, then the people who just kind of lean against the wall and don't talk to anybody and it's really uncomfortable, then there's that guy, which will only be awarded to one person, and believe me, I have many opinions on that, but that's for later. Then there are the people that are actually, you know, enjoyable, and then the people who are just fucking legends. Anyway, the audio also cut out for the first two people I did, but basically Donkey Kong is just the alpha good guy Chad. Also, just imagine Donkey Kong doing a keg stand and you'll know why I put him in top tier. And then Diddy Kong, I could find no reliable source that said whether or not Diddy Kong was a minor, so I just threw him in bottom tier because I'm not fucking with that. All right, back to the video. Kamek, I'm gonna tell you right now, Kamek's using the party as a way to peddle drugs. Not cool, kids. Bow. See, these can endure the high kicks. Goomba? So when I initially saw Goomba when I did this tier list a while back, I put him in Wallflower, and I stick to that because you know what? Goomba's one of the guys that sticks to the wall, and he's just talking to people about like politics that they don't want to hear about, and just kind of like grumbling about all the people who were cooler in high school than him, you know? You're not getting much exciting from that man. Koopa, similarly unexciting. He would probably be at the very bottom of a good time because he's still fun to hang out with, you know. It'll still keep up with you, but like he's just one of those guys that just shows up to the party and all that he knows to talk about is sports. I can't relate to that guy. So when I put this together with my siblings a while back, I said that Shy Guy was very clearly a Wallflower just because it's in the name. Now that I'm looking at it, my siblings put up a counter argument that I think I'm strongly agreeing with. Shy Guy on the norm, on the reg, in the streets, not a very outgoing, brazen dude. At parties, he's getting fucking crunk. He is going way up here. He's gonna be a good-ass time. Probably more good than Koopa, because you see the weird shit. The quiet ones are always the weird ones. That's why I was quiet in high school, and here we are. Hammer Bro? So, okay, I think, all right, here we go. Listen, get on board here, boys. Hammer Bro's getting kicked out. 100%. Look at the purpose of Hammer Bro as a character. He is literally meant to take hammers and chuck them at people. That's just destruction of property. That's gonna get you kicked out like that. Although I will put him up higher than Diddy Kong because at least he got to the party in the first place. So, Rosalina. Initially, you would think Wallflower because she spent a lot of time in space. But I say nay. She's like, okay, stick with me here. We've all known like that one person who's like really like you think that they're really quiet and shy and stuff, and then they show up and they actually like have a lot of cool, interesting things to talk about, and they're like super chill and fun to hang out with. Like that's just Rosalina. She's an instant classic. Mario. Oh, Mario. Mario is a good time. Don't get me wrong. He's the forefathers. He's on the Mount Everest of Mushroom Kingdom, getting stanky. What does that mean? But Mario, I see as one of those guys who is just constantly like checking in on his girlfriend. Mario's calling up Peach. Just ring, ring. What up, bitch? Let's have a party at your place. Peach is like, oh, I don't know. Well, maybe not. Like, I'm kind of like royalty, so like probably shouldn't be having fucking ragers in the castle. I think Peach is just one of those people that shows up to the party to be nice, but does not really want to be to the party. I'm sorry, I keep thinking about my shorts. Look at this. At least, they died for content. But yeah, she's hosting the party. It's gonna be a rager there. Peach, pretty reserved. She's ready to smack a bitch when she needs, as we've seen in pretty much every game that she's represented in, but like no chance that she's actually like having a good time and letting loose at these parties. So Mario, back to Mario, is definitely that boyfriend who's constantly getting like fielding texts from his girlfriend. She's like, can everybody like be out by 11? And he's like, oh, I don't know if we can make it happen, princess. He's brought down by the fact that he's kind of forced Peach to host this party against her volition. Pauline. Here's my little take on Pauline. Did you see the end of that game? Now, I'll tell you, I haven't played that game, but I will tell you, I've seen some of the song. Holy shit, she's gonna be the person that shows up to the party and she just starts performing. And like normally when somebody just shows up to a party and just starts like doing like a cappella or some shit or like karaoke, you're like, all right, yeah, tone it down. But like she's the one exception. All right. Petey Piranha, stick with me here. Also a fucking legend. Think about this. Petey Piranha, huge. Petey Piranha, big boy. Petey Piranha, pounding chuggarooskies. Petey Piranha, jump off of ceiling into, jump off of roof into table. Petey Piranha has so many stories. Petey Piranha is the epitome of the party animal. That said, little brother's a piece of shit. Little brother's showing up saying, you know my big brother, Petey Piranha? Nobody wants that guy at the party. King Boo's kicked out. He's gonna like float through the wall to peek on women like in the shower or some shit, and then people are gonna catch on and just throw him the fuck out. He's a perv, 100%. Lakitu, my siblings disagreed with me on this one, but I stand firm on my opinion of Lakitu. Think about it. Mario Kart games. Who is always there when you are falling off the edge? Who is gonna pick you right up and bring you back home? Onto the track. That's Lakitu, baby. Look at that earnest smile. Lakitu's the guy that you want at the party. You know, to moderate, to tell you, you know what, maybe you've drank a little bit too much tonight, buddy. So he's going right up here. And now we have reached Toad. Picture this. Toad walking up to the party, just like this. I assume that Toad walks like this in his regular spare time. He knocks on the door. Knock, knock. Princess Peach, maybe Mario, answers. First thing he hears, hi! No, what? What? Who the fuck is that? Toad is 100% the guy that shows up to the party, and every time you have no clue what's gonna happen next. Toad's the guy that shows up to the party and he's like, I learned magic tricks. Who wants to see magic tricks at a party? Okay, well, I want to see magic tricks at a party. I'm gonna be real here. Toad is just wild card, and for that reason, Toad is 100% that guy. You cannot contest this in the comments. I refuse, and that is the final verdict. Toadette is Toad's weird girlfriend who doesn't know anybody else, but just kind of stands on the wall and smiles. Luigi is the fucking man. Good bro. He's there to be with his friends, and he's there to have a good time and a safe time. That's why you need guys like Luigi. As I've already discussed, Princess Peach is not having a fun time at this party, and it is readily apparent to anybody passing by. Daisy, on the other hand, fucking savage. Daisy is the fucking queen of the castle, even though it is literally Peach's castle. Yoshi, I see Yoshi as the embodiment of purity. He doesn't drink. He's not getting into fights or saying anything mean. Yoshi shows up to the party and he just brings the happiness. You can't not have Yoshi at a party. We love Yoshi. He might eat your stuff, but aside from that, good guy. Birdo? Okay. Here's my take on Birdo. Nintendo has officially released that Birdo is a man, which means that Birdo is at the very least a fucking killer queen. That song's about a prostitute. Birdo's the shit. Birdo just comes in, pow, kicks down the door. He did it again. See, I don't even care about ripping jeans anymore. She lets everybody know that she's there. She's the one who's like holding your hair back as you're throwing up, you know? She's the one that's like shuffling people into the closet to do, oral sex. Long story short, Birdo just comes in and rocks the house down. And then everyone's like, oh, wow, good for Birdo. Birdo's flaunting his stuff, her stuff. I respect it. Wario. Wario will never not gross me out. That said, Wario's the beloved gross man. They know that he smells like garlic. They know that he's gonna come in on his motorcycle and be just covered in, like, oil and, I don't know, probably some form of really smelly cheese. I don't know. I just see him as like one of those guys that just eats the worst kind of cheese for everyone else. That said, great guy. He can pound him. He can keep it up. While Luigi, on the other hand, he Listen, the only story we've gotten for Waluigi is from the tennis games. What can I glean from that? I don't know. I guess he's gotten stories in the other sports games, but like mostly he's just there to play tennis. So I'm thinking that he's probably just friends with Wario, and then Wario invites him to the party, and he doesn't know anybody. And as soon as somebody like opens up to him, maybe they're like, oh yeah, Waluigi, he's a great guy. But everybody's just scared of him. Look at that menacing ass mustache. He'll have his day though. He will have his day. Bowser. He's the OG, you know? He's been around for it all. But 100%, keeping it 100, he's got a drinking problem. There's no shot he doesn't. And he shows up to these parties, gets blitzed out of his mind, and then just breaks something, or gets into a fight with a dude, and it's just game over. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry, Doug. Get out of the park. 3 strikes. I'm gonna pair Rose Gold Peach and Metal Mario together. If we're considering these people to be separate entities from Peach and Mario, these two are literally made of rose gold and metal. No chance they are not the preppy rich kids who show up to the party and they bring their own alcohol because the rest of it tastes bad. I'm sure it all tastes bad, but they're just 100% the people who show up to the party and they're like, oh, my father. You don't want that. Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. With Diddy Kong, I wasn't sure. With Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, it's all laid out for you. If those kids are getting into a house party, who the fuck is babysitting them? That's not happening. And we end off this tier list. Wow, I have a wide stance right now. Koopalings. They're like the little shits, you know, who somehow find a connection into the party. Probably Bowser. Some of them get kicked out, some of them don't. You can't get them all. Look at Morton over here. That's a big boy. You want to try and kick out somebody like Morton? But yeah, no, Larry's a good guy. Actually, I'll put Larry right here. I think his name is Larry. I'm so bad with remembering the Koopa Kid names. Morton has a very similar vibe in my eyes to Wario, but he just like hasn't got it figured out yet. He's just sort of like a whiny young adult. Doesn't have it figured out yet, so he's just listening to Blink-182 and nobody wants to talk to him. Wendy is like that chick that just shows up to the party, immediately tries to hook up with the first guy she sees, and then gets shot down, and then just goes into hysteria. And then eventually somebody has to be like, boop. Yeah, I'll put her above the pervert. Iggy, Roy, Lemmy, Ludwig. Iggy is that kid who got lured in to do drugs by these two assholes. He's doing crack in the corner, and everyone feels bad for him. He had so much promise, and now he's doing crack in the Mushroom Kingdom. Happens to the best of us, really. Okay, Roy, look at those glasses and tell me that man is not a fucking legend. He wears pink, and he fucking struts it. Lemmy, I'm telling you right now, he would get kicked out. Actually, come on. Lemmy would 100% show up to the party, not know what he was doing, not know where he was probably or who he was, and just kind of wander around, and then somebody just kind of like, hey buddy, just shuffles him right out. Not because of anything in particular, but just because he's like a weird dude. That's just the vibes that I get. And then Ludwig is the guy who's in the other room. He's trying to impress people by playing the piano. Yeah, you're picturing it right now. He's in the fucking corner trying to play the piano, and then everybody's like, why is that guy trying to play the piano? And everybody's like, oh, just don't talk to him. With that said, take a look. Take a little gander. The full tier list. Me, oh my, what a spicy one this is. So anyway, that's all I got. That's my tier list. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I love making these videos, so please, if you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments. I will gladly make another one. I've got plenty of ideas, I'm sure, clunking around in the old noggin. Thank you to my patrons. Look at that. Woo! Look at them floating around. There's all those names. I didn't even know that many people existed, like, in the world. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.